of my cowardly past. I can't help that. And still I always act afraid. I'm oblivious and now it's back to haunt me. Forever countless skies that I've painted. Surely this is where my heart finally doesn't fall apart. Jumping out from my dreams, I'll fly, no matter what the cost. Today I'll find a way to shake off all the pain. Within my dreams I'll touch the sky, but I still realize I won't survive the fight without you by my side. You give me light when I have lost my way.
What's up, guys? This is Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Sir Maxwell. Cough. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about Sword Art Online Season 1, because I haven't watched the other season. But yeah, let's get into it. Sword Art Online, it's really, the first season was amazing. I enjoyed it a lot. So it's basically anime Spy Kids. This guy, this main character, Kirito, who was a beta tester for this game, and then everyone else starts playing the game too. And it's like an MMORPG where it's virtual reality and you're in it. It's like for real, you're really doing stuff in it, you really feel it and everything. But then this guy, Kayabate Akahito, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, I'm really sorry if anyone who speaks the language or I didn't pronounce it right. I feel I didn't pronounce it right, I apologize. So the game creator, I'm just calling game creator because I don't want to butcher his name or offend anyone. He traps everyone in the game for something. To trap people, I guess. So now they're all trapped, and you think it's Spy Kids, and it's great. And it's like everyone's panicked, literally, because it's just like, you're literally trapped, and if you die in the game, you die in real life. If in the real world, if your mom's like, okay, Timmy, time to go to bed, pick this game off. And she takes the headgear off and the nerve gear off, you're dead. So people are freaking out. It's a worldwide phenomenon. It's like, what the fuck? What's going on? I'm so scared. Children are brothers and sisters, and everyone's disconnected. It's a mess. It is a mess. It's a mess. So they just pretty much put everyone on life support, and it's like they have to survive. They have to someone has to beat the game to free everyone. And then there's like 100 levels or whatever, and every level is immensely hard. And you die, and it's a lot. So we follow Kirito. Kirito is like a game prodigy, and people have to form guilds and different types of teams to go up against different levels and different bosses and different monsters to survive. Our other female lead is Asuna. Asuna is like, she's the leader of this one special guild, the Reds. I don't really remember. It's been a while since I watched it. And basically the first season is Kirito kind of figuring out how he's coping with being alone, but also like trying to beat the game, but also having guilt for being a beta tester. It's very those are very difficult and complicated themes about how, basically holding the weight of this virtual world on his shoulders. And it's like he meets different people and he pretty much learns a different kind of message. I don't know, because he really kind of learns to become a sort of hero in a sense. And really, develop. And I like Kirito. He's likable. I just don't like what they do with him, because I'm starting to talk about the good. And the action's great. The music is great. All that's great. The story from season 1 is kind of interesting, but I feel like also the romance in it. The romance is what a lot of people remember from season 1, and it's like, I love it, but at the same time, I think it's also some type of hindrance. Because it's like, of course, spoilers, Asuna and Kirito fall in love, main female character, main male character, they fall in love, big surprise, am I right? But it's like, here's the thing with Kirito that I don't like. He can be kind of an asshole sometimes, but you're supposed to, like, sympathize, but he's an asshole sometimes, and it's weird. But also, everyone wants to fuck Kirito. Everybody, literally every female he meets except for like the small little girl, ends up falling in love with Kirito. Literally, every female. And there's always some arc with some female he meets, and in days they either fall in love with him or they get really attached to him. Like a girl died for him literally. Like I think her name was Sasuke, and he had to deal with her loss, and he got her killed, and all this other stuff. And it's just like, wow, interesting stuff, but like, why did she fall in love with you? Everyone fell in love with Kirito. I'm like, why? Kirito's not extra. They didn't draw him a freaking. He's not Sun from Ruby. They didn't draw him with six pack abs. They didn't make him super attractive. He's just a regular, typical skinny boy. Like he's fine. There's nothing. He's not ugly, but he's not cute. He's Kirito. Asuna, and then Asuna fell in love. Not, but that was interesting. But that's more because it's more developed and they interacted more, and it was like people, it was just like, it was so interesting the theme because people really just ended up living in this game. There's some people, they were like, I can't, I have no skills, I'm not even gonna try, I'm just gonna try to, I'm gonna stay in the town of beginnings, and people literally, they just forgot their lives and they just decided to live there. They had artificial food, it was like children, there were a bunch of children that were there, and it was like, who's gonna take care of the children? Because it's like they're not really, they're not aging, they're kids, but at the same time, it's like, what's going on? They're where their parents aren't here. What if a kid dies? Like, who's gonna form the life of children? There was one episode where they taken a bunch of orphan kids, and it was like, but they also form their own rules and their own societies, and it's like, but they also have to abide by the rules of the game, but also abiding by their rules, and it's very interesting and complex, and I love it. But at the same time, it's just like I wish we would have had more focus because I feel like the romance plot with Kirito and Asuna could have been worked in with beating the game a little bit better because there was a solid like a couple like 5 episodes where it's just him it was just about their love living normal lives and stuff, and I was just like, really? I mean, I like it, but like I also want to get back to the story, but like their romance linked into the story, but you didn't figure it out until later on. You know what I mean? And there's this big mystery guy who's a leader of this one guild who's secretly the game creator, and there's a plot with that. And I'm like, I wish we would have focused on that beforehand. And it's just like there's off in the intro. There's a bunch of other characters that are like supposed to be like friends or part of a team, and I wish we would have had like that team of there's this black barkeep guy and that handles information. I wish they would have worked together more. And there was another player from another there was like a player friend that he met the first day that I wish they could have been a team. You know what I mean? I wish because it mostly was like just Kirito doing things on his own. Maybe sometime Asuna shows up and they have wacky adventure, and it's just like I wish it would have been like team, like a little core group, and they could have done like maybe I'm used to watching shows like that, like Avatar Core or Ruby or some other shows like that. They kind of have like or Troll Hunters or some show that has like a group or a group of friends that are literally in every episode doing actions and things and story things together. And I don't know. The ending, also the finale for season 1, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. Kind of just like you think it's so anticlimactic. It's so because basically they figure out that the leader of Asena's guild was like the creator guy, and they fight, and he ends up beating him, which was like I didn't expect that, and it was like, and then they beat the game and they all go home, which is like really weird because it's like there's a bunch of show left. There are like a couple seasons, like 3 or 4 or 5 seasons. Like what's going on? Like how is he? Was the show over? Like there's a bunch of show left on Netflix. Like what's going on? And I wish it really would have been about beating this game. Maybe season 1 could have been about beating a certain level. Then season 2, the level gets bigger. They're beating more. You know what I mean? Or beating a couple bosses. Or finding out who this for. Or really the mystery of what's going on and why. Going more into that story. I wish we would have done that rather than, oh, Kirito, he goes and he beats a monster one day, and it's kind of like these little small unconnected adventures from Kirito, and then the plot comes in and does something, and it's just like season 1 is my favorite season, and a lot of people's favorite season. I've watched half of season 2 because let me tell you why I'm hesitant in going into the season two. Season two deals with a lot of themes that are interesting because he's, spoiler, he's back and he's doing things, but also, there's this plot. There's a lot of brutal rape stuff that's creepy and incest and whatnot. Not really into that. I'm not. This is not me bashing the show in the sense of, oh, they're portraying incest and it's great. No, the way the show's portraying it, the way they're portraying it, it's like it is wrong. But it's kind of a thing where it's like, oh, we're in the game, but he doesn't know he's my brother, and blah. And I don't have issue with rape scenes either. I was able to get over that. I'm just because like I spoiled myself. I figured out like, does Katie talk with his actual sister? Like, what's going on? He doesn't. It's great. In the process, and it's cool. I just have to process being able to digest, that type of thing. I know it's a more adult theme, but it's just like the way it's done, it's becoming a very cringy, and it's just like it's getting really bad, and I no, and it's like every season, it's not sort of past. If you ask me, past season one, it's not Sword Art Online. It's just it's not sort of it's season two is like Elfheim, and then it's Gunblade season three. I don't know what season four is, or if there is even if there is a season four. And it's just like, why? And they all get new designs each season. It's like an anthology game series, and if it's going to be an anthology game series where they're going in a different game every season, call it something else. Call it freaking just call it online. Just call it online, or call it game online, or gaming, or something. Not freaking Sword Art, because Sword Art is just one season. And I guess like season two, the technology is based off of SAO, but it's just like it feels like every season I'm watching a reboot of a show, and it's like, what am I doing? Sword Art Online is a mess, but it's a hot mess, and it holds a lot of place in people's hearts. And I guess it kind of holds. I'm new to it, so I guess I like it. I like season one. Don't. I had a lot of bad to say, but like, don't think I didn't enjoy it. I had a great time. I think the writing was very clever in some parts, but in some parts I was like, oh, I'm not a professional writer, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should write it this way. I'm not doing this. Like, I appreciate everyone who worked hard on it, who voice acted, who did the animation, who wrote the story, who did the music and everything. It's great. There were just elements I just really did not enjoy, and I just that are preventing me from continuing it. So I don't expect the season two reviews for me or to finish it. Don't expect that, but like, I might do it. I probably will do it, but just don't be shocked if it doesn't happen. If it never happens. So yeah, out of 10, I'm going to give Sword Art Online like a 75. But that's just because like I've watched half season one. Season one is probably gonna be like, yeah, 75. Because some elements I just really didn't like. Anyway, that's my review of Sword Art Online season one. A little bit of season two spoilers. That's my take. I'm sorry if I trashed your fave, if I trashed your fave show. A lot of people feel the same way I do, so I don't really feel weird by saying it. Even if they didn't, I'd probably still say it. Gotta keep it real here on Maxwell Comics Inc. Anyway, this is Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Maxwell. May the power protect you. Bye.